Well, greetings and good morning, Business 22 students. This is week number 6 in our 8-week course in business or managerial communications, Business 22. And this week we're going to be looking at persuasive messages as well as reports, business reports. So you won't be writing a business report in this class, but you will be doing a persuasive sales message. And this is going to be introducing you to something called the AIDA method. The AIDA method is a indirect strategy that is often used in marketing and sales. And it kind of follows this order. The first A stands for attention, that you're grabbing the attention of your reader, and you're going to do that by either telling a compelling story or a compelling statement or some kind of a promise up front, and your book gives you some great ways to grab the attention of your reader. Next, once you've got their attention, you want to build their interest. And this is where you begin to talk about in your persuasive message all the benefits, all the uh, what's in it for me as the reader, why would I want to do this, etc. So you're kind of laying out all the benefits and all the features and all that with the product or service that you're going to try and sell them on. And then thirdly, you want to create desire. So you want to first grab their attention, build their interest, giving all the facts and information. Then you want to create desire. How do you create desire? Well, you do that by overcoming their resistance, because naturally we're all suspect of somebody trying to sell us something. So you need to remove that resistance either by anticipating their objections and answering them, or by, hey, other people have tried this. We did a poll and everybody wants to do this, or we're willing to give you a discount to get you started. Things like that help me go, okay, I'll give it a shot. And so you're overcoming my resistance. And that's really what we call creating desire. And then the last A in the AIDA method is your ask or your action. At the end of a sales message, at the end of a persuasive message, you need to really drive home what you want your reader to do and make it extremely easy for them to do it. You don't want to just say, well, I hope to hear from you soon, because that's not very compelling. You want to drive home for an answer or action, and that's that last A. Ask or action. Sign up today. Here's how. And you make it very easy for them to do. So this is what you're going to be learning about, and you're also going to be applying in your business document this week, a persuasive sales message. That's what you're going to be writing about. So let's go ahead and take a look at our class in Canvas, and we'll take a look at what you're going to be having to get done as far as your assignments. So here we are, we're in module number 2 for one more week after this. Actually, no, this is our final week of module number 2. So you're going to be also having an exam this week. So here's your content. You have a check-in assignment. This should be reordered a little bit. And then you have your 2 PowerPoints for the 2 chapters. So make sure you read the chapter in the book and then review the PowerPoints in order to do the check-in assignment. Remember, you need to include the page number as well as the question, as well as the answer, all separated from one another. That's how you get credit. And then you have your writing assignment number 3, as I told you, and you also have your exam number 2. Those are all going to be due on Sunday, the 29th of March. So keep that in mind. I'll go over this persuasive letter in a minute. But you also have your discussion posts. So remember, even though that is something you've been working on, you have one more week to work on it. That's going to you're going to need to complete that this week, and that's the do's and don'ts of business documents, which we went over in the business writing video. In fact, if you watched the business writing video from our Zoom session, we go over this do's and don'ts of business writing. I basically do the assignment for you on that video. So if you just go back and watch that, in fact, I think it's even available to you in this. If you just click that link there, or click the assignment and you come down here, there should be a link to that right here, Zoom session. It's all right here. You can watch that. It's going to go over that. Now that I did add a little later. So if you already started the assignment, and you didn't see that before, that's why. You can go back into the assignment and you can watch that video, and that's going to basically do your final list. So again, the idea of that assignment is you make an initial list, your week number 1, which was last week, and then this week you comment and view on other students' lists, make comments on their lists, and then upload or submit your final list. And so that's what you need to do in order to complete that assignment. It needs to be in that order. And if not, then you'll lose some points one way or the other. And your final list should look a lot like the list I go over in that video that I just showed you. So keep that in mind. So those are the assignments you need to complete this week. I'm going to go ahead and this is again, I've recorded this video actually a few days earlier than normal, so I'm not going to move things around too much. This particular module is not published yet, but it will be by the time you watch this video. But I do want to go over this writing assignment because it is a sales letter. So basically, you're going to be encouraging me as the reader, whoever your recipient is, to subscribe to Organic Greens. Now, you're trying to persuade me to do that. The AIDA method is an indirect strategy, meaning that you don't reveal the main idea, in this case, subscribing, until after you've built my interest and after you've built my desire, after you've got my attention, etc. So it should be the last thing that you say. So based on these things, sign up today to get a subscription. So make sure you follow the AIDA method and you don't reveal the main idea until after you've built my interest and desire. And so it's very important. And so you're going to be basically graded on three things here with this assignment. Number one, did you format it like a letter? And there's samples in your appendix. There's samples throughout your books. I also provided some samples, I believe, in the assignment instructions here. So check those out down here at the bottom. I give you some samples. I also give you a sample of a completed letter right here so you can see what it should look like as far as how it looks. Remember, business writing is 50% how it looks. So you'll be graded on whether or not it's formatted like a letter. Number two, whether or not you use the AIDA method of a sales message. So I'll be looking for that in your document. And then thirdly, you're going to be graded on your readability. Did you add text designed? Is your document all plain text? If it is, you're going to get marked down. You should have headings. You should have bullet lists. You should have bold text, italicized text, underlined text, all caps, etc. throughout your document in order to make it more readable and have high skim value. You want your reader to be able to skim your document, and that's going to help them to be able to read it more quickly. So that's kind of the goal. So those are the things you'll be graded on that assignment. And I think that pretty much covers it. If you have any questions or concerns about any of that or any of the assignments due this week, or if you want to talk more about the AIDA method with me, you're certainly welcome to join me in my office hours, or set up a meeting with me at another time if those don't work for you, and we can certainly have a discussion about those items. But that's pretty much it for week number 6. You'll see me on video again next week as we prepare for week number 7. Have a great week, everyone.